Hola familia, it's Alex. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So as you guys can see for the title, today I'm actually doing something that just popped in my head when I was watching somebody else's YouTube video. And I thought this was a great idea, at least for my own sake and my own collection, that I've come to accept this. So I'm going to share with you guys either palettes or quads or quints, the eyeshadows basically, where I feel like, and I know deep down, I will never be the collector or the one that's always wanting at least one in a collection when they come out and they're released. So I have 6 different ones here today. Some of you guys may feel the same, some of you guys may not. As you guys know, I collect, or I try not to collect makeup as much anymore, but there are certain brands where I do get almost all of their releases because I love them so much. And you guys may not feel that way about those. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome to the familia. My name is Alejandra. I'm an eyeshadow enthusiast with a dash of Project Pan. That is something that interests you. Subscribe, join us. And now let's get on with the palette. Now, like I mentioned, these are ones that I feel very strongly that I don't think that I would ever go past 2 in my whole entire collection. Any of these that I have in here, with the exception of one, I don't think I will ever get to 2, maybe 1, and I may already have the 1 and I'm not interested in getting any more. These are mainstream brands, most of them, as you guys know. Some of the ones that I love to grab every release, you guys may not be interested in, and I would love to hear your opinions down in the description box.
Oh my goodness, not in the description box.
In the comment section, because I'd love to hear which ones are you drawn to get at least one in a collection, or which ones would you be like, you know what, Alex, I agree with you. I'm not interested in those. I'd rather just save my money for something else. Now I'm gonna have pictures of the products, obviously, because I don't own any of these, and some, if I do, I don't own many. So I'll just pop on the most recent ones so you guys can get a visual of what it is that I'm talking about. So the first one I want to mention is Charlotte Tilbury Quads. I own one. I got it through a lucky bag from Beautylish. And to be honest with you guys, I am not somebody who is excited to even try to get another one, interested in even looking at any of her other quads. These quads are $53 a piece. That's a lot of money for 4 eyeshadows. 4 eyeshadows that I feel are not unique. 4 eyeshadows that I feel are not stand-outish. Not even the packaging do I feel like it's very bougie and luxe to say that, oh, at least you're paying for the packaging. I'm not interested. The only way I can see myself getting another Charlotte Tilbury quad is if it were in some sort of subscription box or a lucky bag. Again, yes, I'm going to torture myself and get it again this year. That's the only way that I will get any of these, because I am not interested. I have been interested for years to try it out, and now that I have, I feel like my bubble was burst. Like it just, boop, it popped, and I could not care about getting any more of these. And some of you guys may think differently, but personally for me, I don't feel like I need to spend my money on them. The second one I want to mention is the Tom Ford Quads. Now with these, I do see myself at least getting one more in the future, but it's not something where I want to collect all of them. It's not where all of them are created equal. I have heard so many hits and misses with these quads that I am very hesitant to even try any, because they're $80 a piece for 4 eyeshadows. Yes, the packaging is beautiful. I feel like if you are somebody who just wants to splurge on 4 eyeshadows because you don't want a huge collection or don't care to have a huge palette, this may be the route for you. But for me, I purchased one at a very, very discounted price at a CCO, and I'm content. There may be one more I would want to bring in my collection, but that's it, you guys. It's a shame, because if the quality of all of them across the board would be the same, then maybe I might want a few. But because they're not, I don't want to risk it for $80. $80 can get me so much more from a different brand that I can trust their formula in versus this one. So this is another one where you may not even see any. If not, maybe one more brought into my collection. And when I mean that one more, it has to be at a very discounted price again, because I do not and will not spend the $80 for 4 eyeshadows. Next one is this one, you guys. This might be a little bit controversial, and I don't really care because it's just my opinion. The Huda Beauty 9 Pan palette. I own the first round, the original ones, and not all of them either. But I do own the core ones, the ones that were like the ruby obsessions, the sapphire obsessions, the emerald obsession, those ones. Ever since I got those and I played with them and I've seen the formula, I don't understand what the hype is about, to be honest with you guys. They're super powdery. I feel like they're the type of formula that doesn't last a long time. Now, I'm excluding her large palettes. I'm not talking about her large palettes. And her formula may have gotten better at this point, but I feel like her 9-pan palettes are being released so much, so often that I'm so over it. There's been so many collections I can't keep up. I don't even remember them. And I feel like some of them are being redundant. I feel like some of them are just being thrown in there for packaging or for imprints in the actual eyeshadows themselves. Yeah, I don't see myself, and I have yet, since the original ones that have come out, I have yet to purchase any of them. I don't care to purchase any of them in the future. There really has to be one that stands out for me to get, and I am not somebody who falls for packaging often to say that I'm buying them for the packaging or the pretty collection names of them or the imprints that she has in them. I just, no. Even with the first inception of them, I got one that completely came shattered, and it seems like that's still the thing. I just don't want to be bothered, you guys. So these may be an unpopular opinion, but for me, you haven't seen them since the original ones, and you probably won't see many in the future, if not one or two, if that. But still, I've yet to buy any, and I really have not been interested. The fourth one I want to mention is the Hourglass face palettes. Now, I'm taking away the whole entire inclusion situation. That I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about them in general. This is where my radar pops up. You guys know I have a lot of face palettes, and for the most part, whenever I purchase a face palette, because I tan so easily, I am able to use them more often than maybe some other individuals can. The ones that I own, I've been able to find ways of using them throughout the whole entire year without having to really waste any of the products in there or any of them not working for me. At this point, as many as I've owned, I've been good with them so far. With these particular ones, I will tell you that they're very expensive. One, you're getting less product as far as the pans go. And yes, they do last a long time, but I just don't feel like these are worth it. And I think it's because they haven't been unique each year for me to say, oh, I wish I would have gotten it this year. I wish I would have gotten that year. I've only gotten one. I've received one the very first time they did a trio of highlighters. I got that as a gift that holiday season for Christmas from a family member. I love it, but that's as far as I've ever gone with the Hourglass palettes. I've only owned individual ones. I bought the ones that I wanted, bought the ones that would work for me. I have yet to purchase any of them in the future as far as palettes, because I feel like I just pick and choose due to how much they cost. I feel like it's better for me to just buy the ones that I want versus a whole entire palette and being disappointed and not being able to use everything in them because of their price. So for me, I really have to think about it, and I really got to analyze the palettes. And by the time I do that, no joke, it's already sold out everywhere. So I move on with my life. That has happened to me twice where I've really considered it, thought about it, looked up swatches, considered. By the time that I was ready to maybe commit because there was a coupon or something, they were gone. So I have yet to purchase any. I've yet to own any of them. And this year's, I'm like, about now. I feel like they put less options in there as far as how many in there come, but I like the fact that now they have a light and a darker one. But that's just me. I probably won't get one this year again, and I'm fine with that. Number 5 goes to the Charlotte Tilbury face palettes. Now I'm talking about not the Glowgasm ones, not the ones with the 4 in them, the ones that are made for the eyes and face. If you have seen these over and over and over, they look way too similar for me. I don't think that they've never caught my attention. They've never been something where I'm like, yes, I want to get one. Maybe if I were a minimalist or somebody who did not have a lot of makeup in their life, this may be something where it's just a one and done palette for me. but it's never really interested me. And as they keep getting released, I've been noticing a lot of people mentioning that they are looking similar and similar and similar. There may be one or two powders in each that have changed, but overall it's the same thing. So why? Why am I spending so much money on a face palette that I know it's not something that I'm going to enjoy and love? If I'm going to get a face palette, I want it to have something fun in there, variations, color, where I can use it throughout the year and not be stuck on a season with a palette. And with those, I just feel like they're lackluster, and especially for the price, I'm just like, I'm not interested. Haven't bought any, and I don't think I would probably buy any. They really got to stick out for me to get. Last but not least, these have been around for years, and I gotta tell you, I can probably recall maybe in 2014, 2015, where one has caught my attention, and I still did not get it. These are the Dior Quints. Again, these are expensive, and I've heard that the quality is not uniform throughout all of them. And I feel like they're just not something I would care to use. They're not something where I am so excited to even get one, to try it out. For the price, I can get something that I'm really going to enjoy, even a neutral one. It's just not something for me. And I've never purchased one, and I've seen reviews. I've seen people use them. I've seen people love them. It still does not catch my attention. You probably won't see these in my collection. I'm not saying never, but still not interested in these at all. And I'm sure some of them are great, but I just can't. I just can't bring myself to purchase them. I'm not interested in them. Not even the ones that are catching my attention, because I don't really trust the formula 100% to say, yes, this is going to be the best one. All of them are going to be great. They're all going to work great, because it's not necessarily what I keep hearing in reviews of these. So those are my 6, guys. I would love to hear which ones you'd be interested in. There may be some that I get that you guys are like, nope, not getting any, because I don't care to even get interested in them, or they just not catch my attention. There may be some that you're gonna mention that I forgot about completely. But that's it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. More videos on the screen for your enjoyment. Until then, adios.